Hello, Kid with Thomas on the camera here, and today I'm going to review my Trackmaster Hit Toys James. So yeah, as some of you guys know, I used to use a talking Mattel James for my standard James, and I had this one laying around which I turned into the black livery James. And yeah, I decided, well, I really don't like talking James because I really dislike that model because his firebox is so fat and it just looks ugly to me, except the face. The face is simply art, but the model looked pretty bad. And I had this one, I had the black James in pieces because I didn't need him for anything. I used his funnel. I mean, the old James didn't have a funnel, so I had to put in a Trackmaster 2 Thomas funnel for the Black James custom. But then I used that funnel for my Marvin custom. And so I had him useless, laying around, and my box was random pieces. So then I said, hey, I'm going to restore this James. Since this was my first ever James that I received in Christmas back in 2007. And I really like the standard old Trackmaster James model instead of that crappy, ugly, talking James model. So I decided to restore it. I took off his black paint and cleaned some other stuff that didn't get off well. And yeah, oops, sorry. So yeah, what I basically did, like I said, I took off the black paint. And yeah, and added the talking James wheels because his wheels and his gears were all messed up and they didn't turn or anything, so I decided to cut off his gears because I can't unscrew him. His screws are so damaged and oxidized, so I had to break these parts here and added the fake talking James wheels here, which don't turn because they're stuck, but I really don't care. And then I broke the gears up here, the axle or whatever, and then I put some wheels and now it turns. It turns really well, and I like that. So yeah, then I added a new funnel. I took off the old talking James funnel and gave it to him, and I added the new face, the talking face James, because it looks pretty great. It's a little bit bigger than the average normal Trackmaster James face, but I really don't care because it looks pretty nice. And then I painted the running board, painted some handrails and gold boiler vans, and added some windows here with Sharpies, as you can see, and painted the running board, painted his parts here red from the smoke box, added the number 5 here up front because I think it looked pretty nice, added some silver buffers, added a builder's plate, and painted the undercarriage black in his cab. He doesn't have an open cab because since I can't take off the screws, it's pretty difficult, and I don't want it to damage the model. So yeah, and with the tender, James, I lost the coat load a long time ago. So what I did is I took a piece of thin cardboard and added some ballast and painted black, and it looks really nice. And here is basically where his water goes. And yeah, and also the lining on his tender and the number 5, the lining I did it with Sharpie, which turned out looking really nice. And the 5, I'm not really good for numbers. Here on the other side looks pretty but I may print some decals in the future, and also added some custom couplings and lining the back with some lamp iron details. And yeah, and what else? Painted his running board gray with black lamp irons, and yeah, and painted black this front part of his tender right here. And yeah, and of course it doesn't work, that's why it has a clip here to connect with the tender, and it's pretty nice. It rolls well, and I'm planning on adding a front coupling, but that would be, I don't know, sometime in the future because I don't really need it for anything right now. I will add it sometime soon because I like my engines with front couplings like Percy here and stuff. So yeah, that's basically James, and I hope you like his engine because I really do. I like him a lot. So yeah, hope you like this engine and this video. And Kid with Thomas on the camera here, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.